It's about murder and sex.
In prison. It says teen edition, so I'm sure there's just edits galore. Hi, welcome to Holt Harmonics. I'm Jake.
I'm Teanca.
We are theater people. We're going to talk about theater stuff. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 most performed musicals by high schools in the 2022-2023 season, which was last year. This article was by Playbill. So we're theater people. What does that even mean? Well, if you check out the other shows on my channel, you can see that I've been in a couple of really cool productions. Avenue Q, Next to Normal, a couple of my favorites, also dozens of other ones in the Utah theater community. Teanca is a alumni of AMDA.
Yeah, it's so cool. I have my BFA in musical theater, so
she knows what she's like, legit knows what she's doing.
My math class was just music. That's it.
Are we Broadway actors? No. We are theater enthusiasts, and we're going to talk about theater stuff on the channel. First, before we reveal the numbers, we're going to take our guesses. We have to guess what musicals are going to be on the list. So when you think of high school, what do you think?
I feel like I have a unique advantage because I'm on Theater Talk, and I will see like theater high school productions pop up a lot on my TikTok.
Oh, Theater Talk, yeah, T-O-K.
Well, obviously the first picture is of Mean Girls, which would have been one of my guesses anyways, because Mean Girls is really big right now, and that keeps popping up on my theater TikTok.
Okay.
There's like a lot of youths doing Mean Girls.
And here's me. I didn't even know that Mean Girls was able to license as a community production yet.
Apparently it is, because I've seen lots of high schools doing it. Like there are so many videos where it's like, guest star Regina George, and then it's like a bunch of high school girls attempting to or succeeding in belting the shit out of those notes, which is really hard.
Okay, so Mean Girls is one. I'm also going to guess Kinky Boots, just because it might be a bold guess, but I'm going with it. I'm going with it.
For high school? It's pretty raunchy for high school. Although I did some raunchy stuff in high school that, like, looking back, I'm like, how did they let us do that?
You've always got that theater teacher that's like, I'm gonna be the one to bring an edge to this place. Yeah. Like that one show with Josh Radnor, and he brings Spring Awakening to like a Christian school. It was a good premise for a show, but the show itself was... It was all right.
I never actually watched it. But I did mention Elle Woods, and I think another of my guesses is Legally Blonde. I think Legally Blonde is going to be on this list.
Okay.
I've also seen a lot of people who it's like, guess our Elle Woods or whatever. If Legally Blonde is having a big moment again with like even elementary schools, it looks like young kids doing Legally Blonde. Which is funny because that was huge when I was in high school. Yeah. So it's having a big resurgence.
Okay. My only other two guesses are The Music Man and Into the Woods.
Ooh, yeah. Into the Woods is a classic. Music Man, probably like a Utah high school. That's very Utah. Okay, well, let's look at the actual list. I'm really excited to see what's on it.
Okay, so playbill.com, full-length musicals, number 10 on the list.
Is Mean Girls.
Oh, so it's number 10. Okay.
Number 10, yeah. So.
Did you think it'd be higher?
I did think it would be higher. Based on my TikTok, I thought it would be a lot higher, but it is, it's a hard musical to do. Like, it's really vocally challenging.
Is Mean Girls really? Is it?
Oh, yeah. Have you heard Regina George's songs?
Like the first one, like my name is Regina George.
No, World Burn.
No.
Girl goes off. And honestly, like Katie's songs are like deceptively hard too. Janice is belting her fucking
So it's
ass
actually
off.
like a legit. So it's Tina Fey's husband, right? Jeff Richmond, who did the music.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to actually listen to it. We'll do another react video where I just listen to Mean Girls songs for the first time because I haven't really listened to it.
And like I'm very hypocritical because they need to stop making musicals of movies. But honestly, Mean Girls the musical, like they did it right. It slaps. It's pretty fucking good.
Musicals of movies, like they're gonna happen, but then when you go musical into a movie into a musical and then back into a movie, that's okay. Like that's when I think we could chill out on the adaptations.
100%. I still haven't seen, and I probably never will. I just watched clips from the movie of the musical of the movie.
Yeah,
and I love the performers in it. Renee Rapp is gorgeous.
Right. Yeah.
We love her, but not good.
Yeah, talented people, of course, but I didn't hear good things about the movie. All right, number 9.
Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde, you were just talking about it. Okay.
I was right.
Legally Blonde comes in at number 9, which, again, it's interesting that all the, like, high schools are doing these, like, really pink blonde girl, like, crazy vocal shows.
Yeah, and, like, 90s, early 2000s is having
icons.
its, like... resurgence with youths who were probably maybe not even alive during the time it actually came out. And Legally Blonde is hard too. Like the music is not super easy, as we've seen with a lot of the Legally Blonde fails.
There are so many good ones.
It's hard music, and those kids are just trying their best, and I respect it.
Yeah, you have to respect it. They're putting themselves out there. Number 8 is Chicago Teen Edition, and this is actually a huge surprise to me. Chicago is intense.
It's intense and it's sexy.
It's very sexy. It's about murder. It's about
murder and sex.
Yeah. And it's very like in prison, and like that surprises me. So it says teen edition, so I'm sure there's just edits galore.
But like, how would you edit that down so that it's like appropriate? Like, I feel like the whole musical would be gone.
We're gonna have to look into that.
There is a sketch that I saw one time at like a theater festival that it was like, oh, the script rewriter 3000, and it was like the whole premise was making scripts appropriate for like teens and stuff to do. And so they did Rent the Musical, and a guy came out on stage and strummed his guitar and went and that was it. That was the whole musical. That was it, edited to be appropriate for teens. And I feel like Chicago would be the same thing. It would just be like jazz hands.
All that jazz.
And that's it.
Curtain.
Curtain. Well done.
I don't know. I will have to look, and I want to see the script now.
I do too. Maybe high schools are just allowed to be like way raunchier now than when I was a
it
youth.
probably really depends on the high school too.
Granted, again, I think back to high school, I did like The Mystery of Edwin Drood, and there's a whole like opium ballet scene where everyone's on drugs.
Yeah.
So
that's great. They just had a sugar rush. That's it.
They had too many pixie sticks.
Number 7, the SpongeBob musical.
See, that makes sense.
I'm still surprised only because I didn't know that was even available to license.
I didn't either.
Listen, that's one of those shows like Little Mermaid, probably like an underwater show that requires a lot of production to pull it off. And so I would imagine if high schools are doing this, it's either very stunning or very bad.
Honestly, that makes me want to go find like a high school production version of SpongeBob and watch it. Because that's true. I didn't think about that because they've got like the whole like Squidward costume where it's like does his tap dance number and he has like multiple legs and stuff.
And it's all underwater production. Like I've seen, it's fun. Next on the list. So it's a tie for 5.
Oh yeah.
Is Little Mermaid. So Little Mermaid and SpongeBob are right next to each other. So high school, they love to do these underwater musicals, and I have seen a couple of youth productions of Little Mermaid, and neither of them were good. And it's mainly because they're trying to do too much, and they got a shoestring budget.
Talk about didn't they do fly wires for that one that you recorded?
Yes. Just brief. So I filmed full productions for a theater that I was involved with. So there was 2 things about their production that shook me. One, in order to sell the fact that they were underwater swimming, gliding through the water, they had the actors wear Heelys.
Which is pretty popular for them, like for
is that like a
production.
standard?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, to me it just looks like teenagers on Heelys. Like there's no like underwater mystique about it to me. I don't know. To me that just doesn't work.
It's
but
fair.
Yeah, they had a fly system where Prince Eric falls off the boat into the water, and they just push the kid off the wooden little platform with it, which is the boat coming from the wing, and he just floats there on a harness.
He just looks like
He looked very uncomfortable.
Jake comes home and he's just like, you gotta watch this. And
I had the footage.
Destroyed me.
So yeah, SpongeBob, Little Mermaid, they're both underwater shows that high schools love to do, apparently.
Yeah, I respect it. So The Little Mermaid is tied with Beauty and the Beast, which also makes sense. I should have guessed Beauty and the Beast. That's been like a staple for forever.
There's not much to say about that. It's Disney. It's
Everyone
classic.
does
It's Beauty and the Beast. It's a perfect high school show.
It is.
You can get the football quarterback. The drama teacher really wants him to be the Beast.
Yeah.
And he he has a Troy Bolton situation where he has to like balance playing the Beast and being the football star.
Yeah.
I want that.
He can't really sing. He just kind of like sings like
But he's
in a
big and he has
voice.
he's perfect for the Beast. That's
love that.
that's what I see with that.
Number 4 is Little Shop of Horrors. Horrors.
That
That is also a little surprising Because again, it's like
Yeah.
a plant that kills people.
And it's
It's a small cast too.
like a fun Halloween show though. Like nothing in it is too grotesque or over the top. Like it's a horror
Yeah,
show. It's like
that's true.
It's a fun Halloween show. So that one doesn't super surprise me actually.
But it's a really small cast to do. Like, I guess if you have a small high school.
And you also need some singers in Little Shop of Horrors. So, it's probably theater teachers that are like, I got some really banger students. I got some awesome students this year. Let's do Little Shop of Horrors, and they can sing their little hearts out.
That's true. Number 3, you guessed it.
Number 3, I did. Into the Woods. Everyone and their mothers and their mothers who own their own theaters do Into the Woods.
I did Into the Woods twice.
Everyone does it.
When I was in elementary school and high school.
Yeah.
So it's like a very standard, which is funny because Sondheim is like hard as fuck. And Into the Woods is no exception. The music is really hard.
No, yeah, I know. I haven't done Into the Woods. She has, but I've seen a few productions in the community. I've never really seen a good production of Into the Woods, and I would like to.
I know. I have my whole spiel that I always go on and my soapbox that I get on when it comes to Into the Woods because I love Sondheim so much, like any theater nerd.
Yeah.
But Into the Woods, I think, is like, it's really easy to do badly. And people just see it as like, oh, it's a fairy tale show, whatever. So like high schools do it. But it's very nuanced and like the depth to the story and like
It's intense.
the things that it's saying about life. It's really intense and like just gorgeous.
There are compilations online of the worst and the most cursed Milky Whites.
It's my favorite. There's a blog that's called something about Milky White, but it's like the one has like it's literally a cow balloon. They just hold the cow balloon. And then some people, like when they are like a person is Milky White and they're on like weird stilts and it's like a weird long cow.
We should do a tier list of
We should.
Milky Whites.
Honestly, I was obsessed with that blog, so I could put together like a compilation of my favorites.
Get us like
and show it to you.
15 Milky White options and we'll rank them.
And I mean, yeah, a lot of high schools do it and like to put their own interpretive, creative spin on it. So we'll have to do that.
Number 2, it's freaking Mamma Mia.
You love Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia is one of those shows that I think to myself sometimes, wow, why does this exist? But then I find myself also thinking, gimme a man after midnight. Lay all your love on me. Super Trooper. The songs, they creep in.
Yeah.
They creep into my soul, and whether or not I want to admit it, despite myself, I love the music.
Yeah. No, that's the thing about Mamma Mia is like the story, garbage. Trash.
Really?
But
We'd go that far?
yeah, it's like, I mean, it's got like a premise, but then it's really just a vehicle for ABBA songs. And the songs are great.
Which is jukebox musicals, right? Like,
yeah.
That is just jukebox musicals.
Which I like when there's a jukebox musical that like the story is really good, like that's superior. That's
rare.
the top.
Can you name one?
I'm trying to think now. I can think of a lot that are bad.
Yeah, I can't think of one. I've done like
harder.
3.
That's true. Well, you've done.
I did Rock of Ages, American Idiot, and Rock of Ages again. That, it really all depends on how you present it. If you're trying to make it too serious, jukebox musical's not going to be good. You just have to lean into the fact that it's a vehicle.
Yeah, it's like basically a concert.
Yeah, a concert with some lines.
When I was like maybe 10, I was young when I went to New York for the first time and saw my first Broadway shows, and Mamma Mia was like the second Broadway show I ever saw, and it was just like a bunch of drunk middle-aged people just jamming the fuck out.
That is the target audience for
and I thought the music was great, but everything else went over my head. I was like, why does she have 3 dads? I don't get it.
It doesn't matter. Because middle-aged women are going to buy their cocktails and they're going to have the best night of their lives.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like Mamma Mia, like doing it in a high school, like that's for the parents. Like that's done for the parents.
Or the theater teacher who's a massive ABBA fan.
100%. You have to, I mean, Mamma Mia's got a lot of dancing in it. Got to have some good dancers or just really shitty choreography.
The number 1 most performed musical by high schools is The Addams Family. And now this is just perfect.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of Adam's
Family. Family is a deceptively great show.
Yes.
The music is great. The script is funny and witty and tight. It's perfect for high schools.
It totally is. It
It's
totally
great.
is.
It's great. Like, yeah, you've got just a fun Halloween story and you've got, adult roles and kid roles. And you've got Lurch, who is probably, again, going to be poached from the basketball team.
It's true. And you can, because like he has like that one song, but like you don't have to be the greatest singer in the world for that.
Yeah, that feels right. That feels right. I feel like that is a fitting show to be number one. She played Morticia in the Addams Family.
I did. And it's
like what, 6 years ago?
Yeah.
As the recording of this video. She was amazing as Morticia. I had to step in as Lurch for one night only. And wow, what an experience.
Exhilarating.
I dissociated the entire time. I didn't know what I was doing, but we got
great.
We got through it.
You just push him out on stage, walk across. You did great.
We got to share the stage that night, and it was a good time.
It was magical. Yeah, no, that one was one that I like knew some songs from, like Polled, of course. Everybody knows Polled.
Yeah, Polled is great.
But I didn't really know a lot about it before auditioning for it. I was just like, I know the Addams Family.
Yeah.
It seems like a fun, spooky show.
Yeah.
But then, once I was doing it, I was like, this show did not have to go this hard. And
Right.
It does.
And it does.
It goes hard.
Yeah. So that's the top 10. Let us know if any of those surprised you, if your high school is doing any of those, or your kid's high school is doing any of those. Let us know if there's any other musical lists or anything you'd like us to rank. Don't forget to like the video, drop a subscribe. We're going to be bringing theater content to you all the time, and we're happy to do it. Thanks for stopping by Holt Harmonics, everybody. We'll catch you on the next video.
Okay, bye.